Hello guys, I'm back with another video. In this video I'm going to be making a tier list, which yeah, I'm going to start with Akuma. Akuma in my opinion is around like a B tier because some of its abilities are decent, but it's like not all the best. Araki Jokai would go in A tier because it's good for combos and it's good to get alpha combos. Ashen Storm would be probably low A tier if you know how to aim it. Azarashi has a decent stun and would be high B tier. Um, let's see what else is there. Azim Senko would is not like the best and would be like a C tier in my opinion. Um, Bankai Kuma. Um, the mode is really good with the Genjutsu and the Amaterasu, which would put it, I would say, A tier. Black Shock is practically another version of Action Storm, which I would put C tier. Um, Bolt. Not a lot of people use Bolt, and when I seen it used, it was like really bad. So I would say that's um D tier. Bubble is really good, and it's not as broken as it used to be, but still like an A tier. Clay. Clay is good for DPS and DPS and like can follow targets. So I would say that's like B tier. Crystal, it's all right, but I wouldn't put it at like the lowest of the low because if you're able to use it correctly, it can be very deadly. But I would say it's like D tier, almost F tier. Uh, Dagon is good for killing stuff and other people, uh, but it doesn't have the highest DPS. I would say it goes like C tier. Diosenko. Even with the new mode, it's like not that good. But when I use it, or when other people use it, I would say like it's mid B tier. Explosion. Very little hand signs with decent DPS. The DPS is decent, and with little to no hand signs, I would say it's roughly a high C tier. Forged Akuma, or Shiver Akuma, um, is really well known for its ability to go through dimensions. So I would say, and its abilities are decent and annoying. I would say like B tier. Gold Sand just sucks. Um, Wakana, I can't even pronounce it. Wanazame is not the best, but if you're like a beginner, I would suggest to use it. I would say it's like D tier. Ice is practically the same thing as Crystal. Iron Sand is better than Gold Sand, and I would say it's a low A tier. Eternal is really good for stuns and other mechanics that are not the easiest to use. But if you start off a stun with this, or you could like end a stun a combo with this. I would say Eternal is like mid B tier. Jokai. It's probably the same thing as a Rocky Jokai except worse with lower DPS. It's definitely a B tier. Kokatsu. Most of the moves are very easy to avoid, or you know when they're about to use a Kokatsu move. I would say like a D tier. It needs to be buffed. Kaijin. This is the Sarutobi bloodline and isn't like the worst, but isn't like the best. So I would say like C tier. Kurada. Good for some chip damage and not like the best. And I would say it's like busted. I would say it's like yeah, it's like in C tier. Kinichi. Interestingly enough, they added Ryuji Kenichi, which is so much better. And it's B tier. It has to be B tier. Dokai, it just sucks. Dokai just sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just that there's better. I wouldn't say it's a B tier, but I don't want to say it's C tier either. It's somewhere in between there. Concho is really good for draining chakra, and is very consistent with it. I would say A tier. Lava is good for killing tailed beasts, and hasn't been nerfed in a while, so I would say B tier. It's not the best. Minakami has very high damage output. I've played around with it. Um, I think in Shindo Storm, yeah, and then I was able to do I think 4 million damage with it one round. Mud, it's just bad. Nature, just bad. Nectar. As much as I like this bloodline, uh, I would say it's like D tier. Okame, good for DPS, but it's like not the most consistent with hits. C tier. Paper is very interesting. I mean, they just got nerfed from. Before the nerf, I would say it's A tier, but now it's like B or C tier. I would say it's like somewhere around here. Atomic. It's almost an F tier, but it's stun move saves it. Ryan Akuma has a really high DPS with a really decent spread. A tier. Rengoku or the Rinnegan. Got nerfed so many times I can't even count by this point. It's still good though, but it's not what it used to be. It used to be like an S tier or an A. I would say it's like an A tier now. It's a decent A tier. Because it could stop like the bubble moves. It could absorb the Ryan Akuma moves. Rinchiki needs to be buffed so much more. It's supposed to be an Otosugi bloodline. You can't just have it at this. It's a C tier. It needs to be buffed so hard. This is a better version of Bankai, and I would say it's a S tier. Raiken Shizen. I'll get back to that one. Sabaroo. Which is a worse version than Odin Sabaroo, and it's not very consistent. I would say it's like a C tier. Sand. Its levitation moves like one of the only good things about it, but everything else is like really bad. Oh wait, no, it gets outclassed by other moves too. No, it's F tier. I'm sorry, guys, it's F tier. Satori. It has really good counters and is good to escape combos. It's like not the strongest. I put B tier. Scorch, even though it got buffed, it's still not to what it should be. It's still C. It's a C tier. Sengoku. It's better than Rinchiki. It's but I would say it's better than the Rinnegan. It's like right there. If you get spot. Senko. A Shadow. It's a really good stun bloodline. I've played around with it. Um, I've used it in several combos before, and and when you have a teammate, this is deadly. I would say it's a C tier. It's not bad, not bad at all. Shizen. I would put that at B tier. No, I would put that as a C tier. Some of the newer bloodlines aren't on this list, and that's just fine. Raiken Shizen is a much better version. Much. I would say A tier. Sound. No, it's a D tier. It's bad. Steam. Like mild stunts, but it's not hard to get out of. Storm. With the mode that was added like 40 updates ago, it's now like okay, but not like the best. I would say it like competes with like paper and stuff. Tengoku definitely is S tier, because of how much damage it does. Glacier. How to put this? It's a really good stun and has decent DPS. It's a really balanced bloodline. I would say I have to put it at C2. Shindai. Where to put Shindai? That wasn't hard. Crossfire. Practically the same thing as Scorch. Where's Scorch? Ink is around the same thing as Clay. Except it's better. I would put it A tier. Saishin is a stun. And I wouldn't say it's strong, but its moves are decent. It's not like higher than Shadow. It's like around the tie. Tai has the same. Ryan Rengoku, easily countered by Cement for the teleportation move. I've experienced. I've used Cement against a Ryan Rengoku user. Let's just say they didn't have a good day after that. It's decent though. I put it B tier. Mega Spirit. Hair. This is good for like everything. It's well balanced. Inferno. I don't think a lot of people are gonna agree with me on this. Because it has decent AoE and you could make a barrier around yourself if someone's like right next to you. You can stop them from attacking. Vine. Where to put this? Because it's a good overall bloodline. I would say low A tier. Like Jokai. It's not as good as people make it sound. It's like a B tier. And the same goes with Dark Jokai. It's the same thing. Yeah, this one? Oh, okay. Odin Sabaroo. Where I put Sabaroo? So this is a bear version. It's like majorly buffed. And I would use it if I couldn't use say some of the top tier bloodlines. I put it at A tier. It's really good. Cobra. Its revival move is really good, and its attack is really strong. I'm just gonna put it A tier with Kabu Cobra. They're the same thing. Jotari Shizen and Giovanni Shizen. It's good. I've played against it. Pikasenko, S tier. It it has stuns. It has AOE. It has almost everything you could ask for. Diva Rengoku and Diva Sengoku are not lived up to their name. They just do not have the same power as the actual Rinnegan. Emerald is a better version of Crystal. I would say it's a low B tier. No, I meant C tier. I meant C tier. Karashi. Ghost Karashi. Good. It's a good bloodline overall. It's stronger than Diva, but it's not as strong as some of these other stuff. Jaromaki. You have to be actually good at PvP to use this. If you're not good, you're just gonna suck it. You're just gonna suck so hard. And you're gonna be like, oh, everyone says it's good, but then it's like, but you just suck by that point. Variety mode is a C tier. Yeah, it's not F tier. It's like the idea was cool and all, but it's not like the best. Oh, and the Shiver Akuma. So what did before? Yeah, the same thing. So Xenodokai, really good for any form of PvP against bosses, against actual people. It's the S tier. Jaromaki Yang. I mean, I'm kidding. It's the same thing as Jaromaki. After I find Jaromaki. A Typhoon. I think it would be on the same level as some of these Akumas. Rinchiki Gold is just a reskin of Rinchiki. Blood. Decent combo. I would say it's like right here. Jaromaki. Jaromaki would We're gonna hate me after this video. Forged. Rengoku is so much better than Diva Sen and Diva Ren. Uh, Kamaki, I would say, is a mid A tier. Minakaze. It's so strong, but got nerfed so many times. It's high A tier. It could beat the Rinnegan. It could beat the Rinnegan, for sure. Ryon Sen. After I find Ryon Ren, it's not as good as it used to be. Sriracha, it's very aim based. Put it like right below, like right between these two. Shindai Ren, ah yes. It's not the god of bloodline anymore. It's below bubble. That smoke isn't as bad as people make it sound. It's a B tier. Tsunami. Tsunami's really good by itself. With combos, it's deadly. Low A tier, for sure. This is the same thing as Akuma. Where put Akuma? I swear, people are gonna hate me after this tier list. Jaromaki. A tier. Same thing as the other two. That's always nice. It still is a Shindai Ren. You can't change my mind otherwise. This is the same thing. I down to the interesting ones. Bonka Inferno. It's good. It's like right there. Could have been so much better. Had so much potential on it. Nothing that's bad, but Eastwood. There. It's not good. Doku Tengoku. It's one of the, I think one of the better PvPs. But I'm conflicted. I'll get back to that. Same thing as the other two somewhere. There we go. Satori Ren is definitely S tier. It's some of the only things that actually make S tier for me. Oh god. Has to be right above Minakaze, barely. Just barely. And this is the final tier list. Riser, Kuma, Tengoku, Pika Senko, Xeno Dokai, Satori Ren, and Satori Ren Gold are all S tier because they could do better of what these other bloodlines couldn't. The F tier is Sand, Nature, Mud, Senko, and Steam. Some of these bloodlines would be F tier, but then they got buffed. And this is my opinion. Even though I'm biased towards Glacier, it's still decent. I'm biased towards some of these. I've hardly used Tsunami, but I had some of my friends use Tsunami, and it was good. I wanted to put Azarashi so much higher than that. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.